we've been talking about some risk in the marketplace. And of course, you probably, if you pay attention at all to any kind of financial news, realize that the bond market has broken one of its benchmarks. It broke a trend line, and it's heading up to 2.5% for the 10-year. Well, that's still cheap. I mean, that's just as low. I mean, that's really, really low. But keep in mind that the 10 year is a benchmark, so the 10-year drives the mortgage money. So as the 10-year goes up, you're going to start seeing home mortgages go up as well. And of course, you're seeing the prime rate go up, and you're starting to see the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates, so you're going to see the adjustables go up as well. The T-bill rates are going to go up. So you're going to see interest rates. I think that you're going to see pretty remarkable rises in interest rates soon. It's going to certainly affect the economy. And of course, if it affects the economy, we probably will have people go to bonds because the economy starts slowing down why everybody goes to bonds. But really probably going to be the bad place to go or wrong place to go. So if you have any refinance issues or thoughts, now would be a really good time to start to think about that. We've been talking about refinance for a while, but I think we're getting to the point where you may be getting to some of the last of the refinance options. I think you will get a better one come in later in the first quarter into the second quarter of 2018. I think the economy will start to soften, and of course rates will probably come down a little bit, and then they'll give you a better opportunity. So those are certainly tells that you really need to start watching as to what's going on in the economy. Every time that we have broken a trend line like that, we have gone into recession. And of course, there's so much going on. I've shared with you the fact that Economic Cycle Research Institute has called for a slowdown. They called for a uptick right before the election in 2016, and of course we got that. And they said that's as good as it gets last December. And of course, we're starting to see. We just got the JOLTS report and the job openings and the employment numbers came in a lot less than people thought. Job report was only 148,000. It's kind of a poor report, and that was for December. So this isn't like the retail closings where people are getting laid off. Part-timers getting laid off for Christmas. So not a really good job, but would be very much in line with the fact that Economic Cycle Research Institute, as well as Martin Armstrong and a couple others, are saying that we're heading down now. I think we're in vulnerability for my business in the real estate. I think we have a possibility of a correction. If that happens, we'll probably correct as well in the stock and bond market and the economy. I think that's what will drive my correction. So the warnings are there. So I'm not saying we're in recession. I don't see one yet, but we just need to pay attention. So, and in paying attention is what the balance of this is going to be. Many Sam's Club employees went to work this morning, and the store was closed. They went their employees. They went to start their job, and doors are locked. Some of them were turned around by police. I think they closed 63 stores today, and some are saying that the employees weren't even told that they had lost their jobs. So how would that be? I mean, you didn't even know that you're losing your job. You go through Christmas, you're all excited, you're buying things, you're paying for things, you're putting them on credit. We had the greatest Christmas in a long time. Everybody charged all kinds of things, and all of a sudden you go to your work. You're thinking, I'm working for Walmart, one of the greatest retailers in the world, and they closed Sam's Clubs, and 63 closed today, and they're talking about 260 total. So there's a lot of confusion as to this, but 11,000 people lost their jobs. So that's it's not so bad for you and me, but if you happen to be someone who worked for Sam's Club, it's devastating. So we want to talk about a little bit of financial preparation. This could happen to any of us. I noticed today, too, now this is just another side. This is a confirmation that things are not as good as they seem. Sweden, of all places, Sweden has come out and said that they want their population, that the government of Sweden has come across and sent out notices to the population that you need to be prepared for a total shutdown of the government and all services for 3 days. You need to be able to stay on your own for 3 days without utilities, without the government, without anything, and you need to be prepared for that. So they're trying to prepare their population for what? I'm not sure what, but what a great idea. They want their people to have 3 days food, 3 days water, be able to expect the fact that, hey, maybe you're on your own. So how about just being a little protecting yourself, So let's talk about what you need to do. Let's make this in a little bit of a financial preparation. Now these folks went to Sam's Club this morning and their job was gone. That's devastating enough. But what if you're hugely in debt? What if you owe absolutely everybody? You got a new car, you got new TVs, you just charged up your cards for Christmas. You got school loans to pay for. You've got a HELOC maybe that you're paying for, and you lose your job. These people had absolutely no notice that this was going to happen. So all of a sudden these people, this could be absolutely devastating. So this just goes back to what we've been talking about, is that you need to get out of debt. You need to make sure that your life does not happen to you. So, losing your job is bad enough, but all of a sudden you got bills piling up. And keep in mind, some people are only a paycheck, maybe 2 paychecks away from being homeless. So let's not let that happen to you. So, plenty of things that we can do. First, get out of debt. Make a list of all the debts that you owe. Make a list of absolutely everything, and start paying them off. I'd start with the little ones, but don't forget to pay the big ones. But let's get the little ones and get them paid off. Let's get them off that list. And then once you've got those paid off, and certainly under control and paid off, you need to start putting some cash together. So we want you to have it into your bank. We want you to start paying some money into your IRAs and your retirement accounts. But here's what else I want you to do. I want you to think of putting together cash, real hard cash, singled out $1 bills, $5 bills, $10 bills, $20 bills. Don't want you to put hundreds. I want you to have small bills available to you somewhere that you can get to. I don't care if you're buried in the backyard, put it under a rock, 200 yards to the right and 300 yards to the left. I don't care if you put them in a drawer somewhere or a cookie jar, but you need to have some money put aside, real hard cash. And I don't want you to go buy gold, because if you have to buy gasoline, you can't take an ounce of gold to the gas station and expect them to do something with this. So you have to have some cash put aside for yourself. 3 days? I don't think so. I think you need 3 months, maybe 6 months worth of money put aside, and don't tell anyone. Don't tell your brother, don't tell your sister, don't tell the kids, the kids will tell the neighbors, don't tell anyone. Just put this somewhere aside that you can get hold of, in case something happens. What if they close down your company where you work for? What if it just closes, like what happened at Sam's Club today? Here's something even worse. What if it's a grocery store? What if the grocery store is closed? What if it's the bank? What if the bank's closed? What if we have a big problem and we have a bank moratorium? This hasn't happened for 100 years, but it has happened before. So let's not let that happen to you. So one step further. This is really, really easy stuff. So we'll talk a few more of this about this. But here's another thing. Why don't you put together a list of the things that you need? Medications. Do you take diabetes medicine, heart medication? Do you have ibuprofen and aspirin and Tylenol and acetaminophen? Do you have cough drops and cough syrup? How about Band-Aids and bandages in the house? How about some warm clothes? How about a change of shoes for yourself? Something if you can't get to the stores and you need. Do you have blankets? Do you have what if the utilities close down? Do you have something to keep yourself warm? Do you have a fireplace? Do you have plenty of blankets? So let's talk about food in the house. I would start thinking of, do you like pasta? Well, then you should probably buy a couple extra packages. Do you like and get the sauce? So start buying the things that you eat. Don't go out and buy stuff that you don't eat. Buy things that you do eat and that you can prepare reasonably early. And just think to myself, if I need pasta, how am I going to cook this? So think maybe I need to get a butane or a propane stove or a little ring, something that I can cook on, or if a worst case scenario, maybe I need to get a frying pan. I can make a fire in the backyard. So whatever it is that you cook on, make sure that you've got some way to cook the food. So I would just start. I'm not being an alarmist here. All I want you to do is start thinking that look, I need some money in the house. I need some food in the house. I need some water in the house. And I'm going to go one step further and say I would make a list of everything that you own. If you own the house, take a copy of your deed and certificates. If you don't have that, you can certainly get it online at from your county recorder's office. They generally have that. You can just go in there and just take a picture. You don't necessarily have to have the original. Same with anything. If your cars and stuff, I would make sure I have extra keys. And I would make sure that I have titles to my cars and to my houses. Anything that you own, same with your life insurance, health insurance, and your IRAs and savings accounts. I would just take extra copies of them and make sure that you have current balances that look official. If you get a Schwab statement, make sure that you have your Schwab statement done and a date on there so that you can prove that, hey, I do have this money. So I'm not saying that anything is bad or is going to happen, but this is just common sense stuff that you should have. So let's get out of debt. Let's not owe anybody. Let's get some extra food and water in the house. Let's get some extra blankets, some extra clothes. Let's figure out how to cook these things, and let's have some extra cash. Let's get out of debt and then start putting together a cash reserve. So listen, my very, very best to you, and God bless you.